Hi, this is Nikki. I just wanted to show you this little journal I've made out of a Cavallini file folder. I've got loads of different ones, so I've been making some for friends, some people who wanted to buy one, and I've got some who I'm just gonna stick on Etsy or eBay. So this is one that I thought was quite groovy. It's one out of a file folder that's got all old letters and back of postcards and things on. And on the front I've stuck this picture. This is from a 60s, it was a magazine about the 60s rather than an old magazine. And this was one of the images on it, and I've just stuck like a luggage label showing a hotel. This is the back of a miniature postcard, and this, I don't know where I got this from, to be honest, but it's like a currency banknote. It's not a real one of it, it's a copy, and I just thought it sort of, I don't know, give it a bit of an Italian theme, I was thinking, but whatever. Inside I've got these, somebody sent me these like in the front of book covers. This was one that was sort of a seaside-y, well, shell themed, so I put that in. And this is a page from a diary, and I thought it would be quite nice if you were going on holiday and you could sort of fill in the days. So I've put the whole of the month, well, a 31-day month. But it's got no title, so it could be any month. And I've just put a little tag on it there. This was a page from a calendar. My husband used to work for a company, and they used to give them calendars to put on their desk, and this was one of the images from it. So I've used that, and then with an old book page I've made a pocket out of it and just put a little journaling note there. And so inside here I've got just a tag. Obviously people can put what they want in there, but I thought that looked quite nice. This was the back cover of a leaflet he got when he was working abroad for a brewery, and the back cover, it was really sort of quite sturdy material, and I liked it was like wood slats across it of a barrel, and then on the inside the cover was plain, so I've used the cover and I've just stuck this on lucky number. And just some paper. This is from an old gardening manual from like the 50s, I think it was, and quite a lot of the pages are just black and white like that. So just some ordinary paper. This was a strip of scrapbook paper left over from I think it was I also do normal scrapbooking as well, so I think it was from some scrapbooking I'd made. This was a doodle from a doodling magazine, and I quite like that, so I put that in just on a piece of file folder. That is a journaling card from Prima, I think it is, and I just put that in with just a die-cut ticket from some scrapbook paper. This is an envelope I've made out of a dictionary page, and I've lined it with a page from a colouring book, and in it has got just a image of a postcard. Now that came from Somerset Studio. You know, they have things in the middle sometimes to alter using your crafting, and that was one of those. And then on the front, that's just connected to another page from the desk calendar that my husband's company use. Just some graph paper. This is a page from National Geographical, and I like the map, so I've made a pocket with it and just taped it with some washi tape at the side, and in there I've just got a journaling card, and on the other side I've got it was a notepad, just got notes on it, and so I've made a journaling card with that. Here's a little tiny gift tag envelope which I've coffee dyed, and in there it's just got a little specimen ticket that you can write on, and I've just backed that on some bit of leftover scrapbook paper. Here is some more scrapbook paper and another one of those Prima journaling cards, and so where I've joined them up, and then I've just put a little tag in there and a little die cut of some Tim Holtz paper. Just a bit of leftover scrapbook paper that I've put on this old, it's quite thin paper, and it's just an old, it says record of transit, so I don't know if it was off an envelope or something. I think somebody sent it me. And there's a die cut of a ticket I've just used there. That is a piece of leftover scrapbook paper, and so is this. Well, this is just a little ticket, and on the back there, it's just got a little image of a cat sat on some books. A little bit more scrapbook paper, and there's a bit of scrapbook paper I've made into an envelope, and I've just put a shipping tag which I'd distressed with a little tiny doily, so that pops nicely in there. Then I just stuck a little image I cut out of some paper somewhere. That's just from some packaging of something I think I bought while I was in America. Some old map paper there, which I've just left blank on the other side. Again, some Tim Holtz scrapbook paper and just a ticket, an old piece of ledger paper. This was a calendar of British landmarks, and I've turned that into an envelope, and it's got a few bits and pieces in there, old Dex card and a little journaling spot, ledger paper. So it's the other side of all these other things now, the map. That I've added a piece of I think it was a card making kit, and those are some of the blank cards to use, and I've just added a little ticket on there that says one pass to explore, and it's got a little cute little bike on it. Some writing paper that I've just got if I could I would on it. That's the other side of the transit record. That is a K&Co Smashbook label, and I've stuck that on the back of some Tim Holtz paper. This I got in a swap. It was like a bird themed swap, and I thought it was just a beautiful image. And on the back of there I've put smile, the reason that he smiled, and the date. Was from a magazine, I think. Graph paper, the other side of that calendar, so plenty of room to write there. That's one of these from the Prima Romance set, so I've made just a little envelope, and I've got just a little tag in there, and on the back of there I've got a journaling spot, the other side of that file folder, another bit of scrapbook paper, that magazine. Oh yeah, that's another thing there. It says lovely, so it's nice. The back page of that, and then this was an envelope a pen pal sent me, and so I've obviously covered the back because it's got my address on. I've made this little pocket here for a little tiny heart tag that I just tucked in there. I've covered the front here to hide her address as well, and in it's got sorry to do one-handed, so I do apologise. I put a big journaling card in there, which I thought was rather pretty, and then on the back of there I've got so my address is covered up there. I've got a pocket, I've done a little die cut of a bird. I've got these images of like old-fashioned, 60s, 50s and 60s adverts, and this was one, I think she's actually advertising bath salts or something, but she was a mermaid, and I thought she was quite pretty, so I turned her into a tag with some just a bit of cardboard craft paper. Here's a little envelope I've made out of some music paper and put an old-fashioned train on, and there's a little journal spot I've made out of some packaging.